Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get this thing started? So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys being here. First, I want to introduce a couple people. So if you guys need lending for acquisitions, I want you to talk to Bay Mountain right back here. They do most of our lending for our acquisitions teams. There's plenty of sources to go to, but I want you to talk to these guys and make a friend. We want to make sure that we're able to accomplish and help you accomplish your goals. You know, ultimately, what I run into a lot of people, they see the stuff we do on Facebook, and I really appreciate you guys following for the ones that do, but they ask, how do we do it? How do we get them? How do we do that? How? So this is one of the resources that we use. So this would be a good place. They're going to have your back in a lot of ways. One of the big benefits they're going to provide for you is they're going to go through the property. If you're new, they're going to do the feasibility studies. They're going to make sure you don't get yourself in trouble. So it's a little bit of annoying when they don't give you what you want, but it's a whole lot better to know now than it is later. So make sure you guys do that. And I know it look like 2/3 of the room have never done real estate before, so I want you guys to, whatever venture you decide to go, whether you want to flip, which is what we're going to talk about today, you want to buy and hold, you want to have rentals, whatever your goal is, we want to make sure that you have good information so you get the best results. Does that sound good to you guys? Perfect, man. Thank you guys. All right, then back here, we want Nueces Title Company. This is a title company used for about 90% of our acquisitions. Okay, so if you, there you go. All right, guys. So if y'all have any questions about that process, make sure you get these people involved. They're going to help you solve problems you didn't know existed. Okay, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to hunt down affidavits of heirship. I just keep bribing people to do it, and they tell me I'm not allowed to do that. So it's so those are the guys you want to talk to about that. Okay, we got GN Insurance. Hey, come on. Okay, so if you guys need, these are all people you're going to need to do a deal. So if you want the one funded, you got to have these people involved. You need to have all these people to help you guys out. Okay, and then who else we got here? Anybody else we got up here? What are we doing? Angie already said hi. That's Bay Mountain. Okay. All right, guys. So you guys need to all work together, and I want y'all to talk to everybody that you can. Okay, make sure that you have your questions. If y'all need something, call me. Can y'all do me a favor real quick? Can y'all hop on your phones and add my number if you need it? You don't all have to do it, but anybody who wants it, you can add my number and give it to you right now. Y'all ready? All right, you ready? Just type it in and send me a text. This is my real phone number, not a tracking number, not a bullshit number, just a real number, okay? So if y'all actually need me, I want to be a resource for you, so if you have problems, we can let you know what the answers are, and we can help you get to the next phase, okay? Y'all ready? It's 210. I know some of y'all put 361, I know it. All right, it's 210-240-8765. Somebody just got a message. All right. So send me a text, tell me who you are, name, email address would be great, and I'll make sure we stay in contact, and y'all can find me anytime that you need. And if you can, if you feel like it, please jump on social media. Facebook is my primary source, so if y'all can add me, Richard M. Shelton, on Facebook, follow the page, that would really help me out. It's a personal ask, you don't have to do it, but I'd certainly appreciate it, okay? Sound fair to you guys? Awesome, okay. All right, so we're gonna try to do this fairly often, so I wanna make sure we keep these things going. First step I'm going to do, if you guys don't know how to buy a deal, I'm going to have Dan come up here and talk to you guys about how to acquisition deals with zero money out of pocket. Does that sound cheap enough? Does that sound good? Dan, you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's get you up here, man. All right, I'm going to switch it over to Dan. Just flip it and start yapping.
So, first of all, I want everyone to give yourself a big round of applause because you are here, you're taking action, you are educating yourself. You are doing what 99% of the people will not do. So for that alone, you already are a winner. So we really, really want to commend you guys for being here. A little bit about myself. My name is Dan Diaz. A lot of you will know me, and if you'd like to reach out on social media, again, you don't have to, but I'd be honored if you did. You can find me under Dancito Gancito. Don't laugh, that's an old college nickname. It just kind of stuck. So please add me on social media if you'd like to. A little bit about myself. I was born in Mexico City, raised in San Antonio, Texas. I did not know anything about real estate when I began. My first surprise entry into real estate investing happened in 2012 when I accidentally turned my home into a short-term rental. I say accidentally because I was at a moment in which I realized I owed more on the home than what it was worth. So all of a sudden, lo and behold, it became a short-term rental property. I've been a super host on Airbnb since 2012, And over the years, we've acquired a few short-term rentals. However, that wasn't the big jump. The big jump for me happened in November of 2015 when I bought my first property. It was off the MLS, paid full asking price, mobile home, 10 acres, Elmendorf, Texas. Now, if you don't know anything about real estate, you should know that you should not be buying on the MLS mobile homes on 10 acres in Elmendorf, Texas. But I did, because I didn't know any better. I took action, though. And what I had done, and the reason I bought it is because the lady that I bought it from, she arrived in my office. I used to be general manager for Palm Harbor Homes, and basically said, the home that we're living in, we just bought it. My husband passed away. I don't want to deal with it anymore. It was a VA loan, so of course no equity, zero money down. I don't want to deal with it anymore, and I don't want a negative credit impact on my dead husband. Which of course I could understand the sentimental value behind that. I didn't really understand why. Your husband's dead. Does it really matter that he destroys his credit score? Doesn't matter to me. It mattered to her, which was important. So he said, well, there isn't a whole lot of equity, so I can't really buy it outright. I can't go get a loan for it, but I'll just take over payments. I didn't know that was called subject to property acquisition. Y'all should learn that. Subject to property acquisition is essentially the agreement between Jorge, seller, and myself, where Jorge keeps the loan under his name, but I agree to make payments on his behalf. That is the first strategy for acquiring properties without any of my credit or any of my money. That deal generated me a little over $80,000 in upfront profit in the form of a down payment and a $400 monthly spread for the next 30 years. And I feel very confident about that because one of the specifications of the new buyer was that I would not force her to refinance. I said, absolutely, I will never force you to refinance. Continue paying your mortgage payment. A lot of mistakes were done, but one of the mistakes that I did not do was I did not take action. I educated myself. I started asking attorneys, title companies, insurance people, other people in the field, hey, how do I do this? This is what I want to accomplish. How can I accomplish it? And they gave me the answers. Sometimes they told me, Dan, that's illegal. You can't do that. And I said, okay, well, don't do it again. Thank you. Send me an invoice for your legal fees. But that's how I learned a lot of things when it comes to real estate investing. Jorge laughs, but it's true. So the second strategy that has really opened up our ways, and that's really what I wanted to share with everyone today, is how to negotiate seller finance purchases with zero money down and paying 0% interest. Now you probably are wondering, why would anyone be willing to seller finance zero money down, 0% interest? And the reason is very similar to why would anyone sell their home half off? Because there's different reasons and there's different needs. Uh-oh. Okay, it's okay. So I'll share with you guys the exact script that we do. One, whenever we talk to sellers, we don't use fancy terms. Never, ever, ever, ever use seller finance, owner finance, because the answer will always be negative. Are you open to seller financing? If they say yes, they're probably savvy and they're going to want 30% down and 12% interest, and you're done. If they say no, well, they said no and they shot you down on the deal. So that's the check. I said $80,000 in upfront profit because we had agreed to upgrade the road, again 10 acres, and it took us about $20,000 to go ahead and upgrade the road on it. So what is the definition to me of creative financing? Any source of financing that does not involve a bank and does not involve getting a loan. And that's what we negotiate a lot. Most common scripts follow some sort of this output. Hi, my name is William, the wholesaler. I want to know if you would consider selling your house. This is inefficient, insincere, and outdated. The script that we use, which is what I'm going to be sharing today, I'm going to be flying through it, but I have a gift for everyone. There's a course. It's about 3 hours where we go through the exact course, and I'll be gifting that course to everyone today, so bear with me. I'm going to go through it real quick. Our approach really is making zero assumptions and puts other people in the driver's seat to lead the conversation. Hi, my name is Dan. I'm calling about your property on Main Street. You'll notice that it's just, hi, my name is Dan. I'm calling about the property on Main Street, not are you looking to sell? I'm looking to buy, first name basis. We don't even give the actual address. It's just on Main Street. Most people are like, what's wrong with that house? Is it on fire? Is it gone? Did someone hit it? So the conversation will start rolling. A buddy of mine is working in that area and told me about the house. It looks like he needs a little TLC. I'm a community leader and super interested in helping revitalize our city. Richard is big about that. I figured I'd reach out to see how I can help. Mind sharing the story? Do you need money to fix it up and sell it? Do you need money to fix it up and rent it? How can I help? You'll notice that, oh, this is only one way. Oh, I see it. Who am I? Am I a buyer? Who am I? Community leader. What's my interest? Interested in helping revitalize our city. No one is going to say no to that. It's very broad. It's very open. It doesn't set you in the box of being somebody in their minds. Take that call. It might be a deal. If they say yes, you go into gathering information about rehab estimates that on the house. Why are you able to do this? You got to remember, what was my question? How can I help? Do you need money to fix it up? I come off as, do you need money to fix it up? I'm going to give you money. You'll find out later what I want in return, but right now I'm giving you money. So you want to fix it up? Let's go ahead and go through the laundry list of things that you're going to need money for. Pay off mortgages, debt on the house, back taxes, repairs, rehabs, estimates. You got to include things like foundation, roof, shingles, fencing, landscaping, everything. Now, the beautiful part is when people think they're going to get money, and they are going to get money, they'll give you all the list of things that's really wrong with the house. They will, because they want more money. That's the reason why. If they say, no, I don't blame you, but I still want to help, have you considered liquidating and just getting rid of the headaches of having to keep up with the property that's not bringing you income? Remember, the question was, do you need money to rehab it or rent it? If they say no, I don't blame you, but I still want to help. Have you considered liquidating and getting rid of it? Now here, the other person, notice how I don't call them sellers, the other person might be thinking, oh, you're looking to buy. Great. I'm not really looking to buy myself. Unless you give me a deal I can't refuse. I don't do this for a living, but if you give me a deal I can't refuse, then I might consider buying it. However, if you are looking to sell, maybe I can still help you. For example, you could list it on the MLS, which I don't recommend because people who buy on the MLS are looking for pretty move-in ready homes, but I guess you could put it on the MLS. If no, I don't blame you, but I still want to help. I want to share with you, other person, how I like to buy on terms. Why do I like to buy on terms? You don't need to sell at a discount. Seller gets full fair market value. There's no repairs needed. Seller gets monthly cash flow. Seller gets tax advantages, possibly, and I can close in a week or two. Now, did you notice what phrase I used? I like to buy on what? Terms. Did I say seller finance? Did I say owner finance? No. I like to buy on terms. What are terms? Terms are monthly payments. That's all they are, monthly payments. So for example, if your home is worth $200,000 and we agree on $1,000 a month until the debt's paid off, that's 200 monthly payments of cash flow income that the seller will be getting in exchange for selling the property. Now, the beautiful part about approaching things with terms is that it's only monthly payments. If you use seller financing or owner financing, they're going to start asking about down payments and interest. But when I say, if they say yes to terms, they're saying yes to monthly payments. And that's super powerful because if they say, well, how much is the down payment? I can legitimately give them a stupid face and say, I'm sorry? They're like, yeah, how much are you going to give me down? I am so confused. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd love to have that conversation. What do you mean? Yeah, the down payment, what are you going to give me? I'm sorry, are you trying to be the bank? Yes. Okay, great. Well, that's not what I was offering. I was talking about terms. But if you want to be the bank, I have no problem with you being the bank. However, I do want to establish that that is not what I was talking about. I was talking about a term offer. A term offer allows you to have full fair market value in exchange for monthly cash flow. That is it. However, if you want to be the bank, I'd be happy to let you be the bank, provided you give me bank terms. 85% of loans right now are done with 3.5% down payment or less. So as long as your down payment is 3.5% or less, I'll do that deal. Currently, most mortgage rates are in the 5% range or less. However, you have to give me 30 years to repay. You want to be the bank, you got to treat me like a bank customer. Usually around the 30-year mark is where they're like, no, I don't want to do that for 30 years. Not a problem. Sounds to me like you don't want to be the bank. Not a problem. That's the reason I didn't offer you to be the bank, because most people don't want to be the bank. However, I'd like to offer you full fair market value in exchange for monthly cash flow. Term offer. Do y'all start seeing the psychology of using the right words? Words mean things. Words mean things. And when you use the right words, you can communicate the right message. They say yes to needing money to fix and flip him. You can go ahead and give them a few resources. We can lend money out to them. Most people in this room will not be able to, but that's okay. You can say, well, if you're looking for money to fix and flip it, let me connect you, with a hard money lender. Let me connect you with a bank that'll do a HELOC. Let me connect you with someone else. So again, you can be the connection. This one I love. If they say yes to liquidate, does the word liquidate and full fair market value go in the same sentence? You got a big smile over there. No! Liquidate is you're going out of business. Words mean things. So in my initial question I said, if you're looking to liquidate, I may be able to help you. Liquidate. I already took away from the table the possibility of you getting full market value. You said yes to liquidate. Liquidate is half price. Liquidate is 50% off, 60% off, 40% off, 30% off. So if they say yes to liquidate, you and I are no different, Mr. Seller. You go to Target, I go to Target, you go to Walmart, I go to Walmart. The only reason you're going to buy something that you don't need is because it's half off. I told you earlier, I don't buy houses for a living. That's a mistake a lot of wholesalers make. I buy 17 houses every 32 minutes. Or whatever. I say, I don't buy houses. So all of a sudden, I need a deal. I need it half off. The only reason you and I are going to buy something at Target that you don't need is because it's half off. So if you're willing to sell it to me half off, I may be able to go ahead and buy it from you. Selling on terms, typical results. One deal, one lead, one offer. None of your money or none of your credit. Do the math. On average, when you buy 0% interest and you sell at 10% interest, on average, if the home is about $200,000, that's going to be a monthly cash flow difference delta of about $200 to $350 or $450 per month, depending on how things kind of shake out. So if your deal is averaging $425 per deal and you're trying to replace $100,000 income, you're going to be able to do that in 20 deals. In 20 deals, you'll replace your monthly salary. Now, if you're smart and you're like, listen, I don't need to spend $100,000 a year, maybe I can cut my expenses in half, you can retire in just 10 deals. And Richard will tell this to you. You can do 10 deals part-time in 12 months. That is not terribly hard. So when you're thinking of big, hairy, audacious goals, maybe think of retiring your family on a $100,000 salary in the next 12 months. Those are the kind of goals that you want to be looking at. If you guys, are you able to lift it up a little bit? If you guys, it's a full 3-hour course. It sells at School of Sharks for $97. But if y'all scan this, if y'all are able to, it'll log you in and you'll get it absolutely free. It's a full 3-hour course where I go through the exact script, the psychology, the terms, and the contracts, and the exercises to the exact script that we use. Is everyone able to get it? Now, I only have 750 of these courses to give out, so don't share them. No, I'm kidding. It would make my day. How many people do we have here? 50, 60? If you did nothing else, you did this today. Did I take up too much of your time?
No, not at all, man. You're doing great.
Does anyone have any questions about negotiating zero down deals, 0% interest?
Not yet.
Not yet, Amanda, love it. Guys, it really is possible. It is very possible. You use the right verbiage, you use the right terms. You can negotiate term deals every day. Now, the beautiful part about learning this skill is that you can easily move this skill into single-family homes, land, small commercial assets, multifamilies. You can easily move the asset into other classes when you learn this skill. So if no other skill, learn how to negotiate zero down, 0% interest deals, and 10 deals or less, you guys can retire, and you can do that part-time in 12 months or less. So congratulations, guys. I'll be around if you guys have any questions. My lovely wife is here with me. Give her a big round of applause. She puts up with me. Thank you.
All right, so what y'all think about Dan? Did y'all tell him thank you? All right, anybody get any value from that today? Anybody learn anything? Share it on social media, tell people. We want to know. We want to know what you guys are doing, what you guys are learning. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about today, and what the program for today is talking about flipping houses. We can talk about whatever you guys want later, but today we're going to talk about flipping properties. So the goal here is a beginner's guide to flipping homes. It sounds like most of you all, 60%, have never flipped a home before. Is that correct? Is there anybody who has flipped a house here that I don't know? You never flipped a house? You flipped like 50 of them. Right?
I'm just trying to get my first deal.
Yeah, you're trying to get your first deal. All right, does anybody want a deal? I'll sell you one right now. All right, we're going to go to the beginner's guide to flipping homes. So this is our mission, and this is my mission really. It's to rebuild our community one property at a time. I go through the neighborhoods, or neighborhoods are rough, the issues, the houses are a little messed up. We want to rebuild these, make quality homes for quality people all over the community, in every community across America. Does that sound like a fair thing to you guys? And that's not going to happen for free. Somebody's got to invest their time, energy, and resources into making that happen. And I want you guys to help join me in doing that. Will y'all join me in that? Awesome. Thank you guys. You're super passive there. Okay. All right. If y'all need me, y'all can scan the same thing. Scan a QR code. Y'all can get that up there. Find me. Whatever you need, my number's there. Get that information. We'll make sure we'll stay in contact with you constantly. It's in the pamphlet. Y'all can scan it in there as well. All right. So the first thing we'll talk about is a mindset, man. First of all, you deserve success. Does anybody here want to win? Yes, okay. I mean, that's the key thing. If you guys came here because you want to learn something new. Is that a fair assumption? Okay, guys. So y'all have to be willing to take some risk and make that happen, which goes into the second part, and that's failing forward. If you decide you're not going to try, you 100% failed. It's never going to happen. So I want you guys to take the effort and go and try something new. Try to learn how to do something new, and it's okay if you mess up. Nobody's going to be that mad at you because 1 million people won't try, and you'll be in the top 1% if you do. So the winners are the ones who take action. So go ahead and fail forward. Just take the effort, go for it. If you lose, it's not a big deal. You're going to learn, you're going to get better, and you're going to improve, I promise. I screwed up plenty of things, I still screw up things, and I intend to screw up more, and every single time I walk away a little richer than I was before. Okay? Take massive action. Y'all probably heard that from Grant Cardone and many other people. If you don't do anything, you're not going to get anywhere. If you do a little bit, you're going to get somewhere. But if you consistently go out 100%, most of you guys are here because I took massive action 3 weeks ago and said I'm going to put this event on. So in 3 weeks, we've got all you guys here. So we can make a lot of things happen, but you got to go for it. So are you guys willing to do that? Yes, you're quiet, man. Y'all are too quiet. All right. All right, your network is your net worth. You guys right here, you are the ones in the community that really need to talk and stay connected with me, stay connected with each other. We want to help you build up your career, but we also need to make sure that we help each other. So if you have a bit of information, you can help somebody else, share that information with them. I want everybody to grow, and I want to grow with everybody. And close the damn deal. You got to get paid. Y'all like getting paid? Okay. Right. Everybody laughs at that part. Let's close the deal. Let's get paid. So we want to understand the basics. We want to do a quick breakdown, and that's going to be first. You got to find a deal. You don't have a deal, you don't have anything. Make sense? You can't sell what you ain't got. All right. You got to know your numbers. If you don't know what the math is, and you don't know how it's going to work out, you're just gambling. This isn't a gambler's business. You won't stay in it very long. If the math fits, you're going to win. It's a plug and play situation. 1 + 1 is going to equal 2. If the pieces fit, you're going to make it happen. When to close the seller, you got to close the guys. When you have a deal, whether it's a wholesaler or a realtor, the property owner, the family of the owner, whoever it is, you need to close that deal and secure that deal. Then you got to fund it. We got to find money. So if you need private money, we can help you with that. If you need hard money, they can help you with that. Find a way to source it. If you have your own cash, we can get that too. Rehab the project. We're going to fix it up. Then we're going to sell the project. That's where you're going to get paid. All that makes sense so far? All right, man, we're going to find a deal. So this is where you got to find a deal. So this is what you guys need to do. You guys need to go out there and first, you got to tell everyone. Find everybody that you know. Tell them that you want to buy a property. If they don't know you, they can't flow you. So if they don't know that you have a property and you're in the business of flipping properties, they're not going to be able to help you guys out. So tell people, I want to buy a property. I'd like to buy a house as is. I want to find something I can fix up myself. I'm looking for a property for my family. Whatever it is, let people know that you guys want to have a property. Network with wholesalers who have already done the due diligence. Is anybody here a wholesaler? All right, so we got some wholesalers, some other wholesalers, a couple wholesalers. Who has a deal right now? Anybody got a deal under contract? What you got?
We picked up a 2-1 for 20,000.
Got a 2-1 for 20. You're gonna sell it for 20 grand?
I'll buy it.
All right. Yeah. All right. So we got a 2-1 for. All right. So this goes to the point, man. If you guys. All right. So we got a 2-1 for 20 grand. Let me know. We'll talk about that deal. What do you got? What do you got? 2-1. Where's it at?
Claiborne County.
Claiborne County. So Kingsville. Yeah. Okay, Kingsville. Anybody live in Kingsville? Anybody want to work on a property in Kingsville? Make some money. Y'all need to talk to these people. They got a property they want to sell you right now. Do what?
We're open for partnerships.
Yeah, open up partnerships. We can do that too. If you guys are interested in partnering, I want to help you guys out. If y'all need a partner, we'll talk about the deal, talk about the situation. If it's something that fits for both of us, then we can partner with you guys and help you get your first deal under contract. If you want to continue on, that's great. If you don't, that's okay. But I want to help you get there, and I want to show you that it's not as hard as you make it believe. We can show you step by step how to do it, get the property, acquisition it, create the funding, find the source for the funding, get it rehab, manage the rehab, get it across the finish line, and make some money. Sound good to you guys? All right. Knock on doors in neighborhoods. You go by a house, you see 5 nice ones, and the 6th one's ugly as shit, go bang on the door. Okay? If nobody answers, go to the neighbor. Say, hey, who owns that house that's making your house look terrible? All right, so the wholesalers will get mad because that's how they find the deals. And they have the 20,000 deal because they asked, I promise. They didn't get it because somebody just showed up in their lap and said, here's a house. They went out there, made some phone calls, drummed up some leads, put some Facebook ads, did something to let somebody know that they're in the game and want to buy a house. So you guys got to do the same thing. Place bandit signs. It's an old strategy. It's not really legal, but do it anyway. Go out there and throw it. That's why they're called bandit signs. Go out there, put the sign out there. I buy a house. I want to, that's it. Yeah, anybody use those? Other than the politicians who also it's illegal for? Those things are everywhere for those guys. It's, yes, yeah, we get in trouble for it, you're right. All right, send mail to distressed properties, that's a pretty easy one. Have y'all ever gotten junk mail in the mail? Well, they don't keep sending it because nobody responds. Somebody's going to respond. If somebody needs what you're selling and they know you can provide the solution, they're going to give you guys a call. Okay? Now we're going to talk about knowing your numbers. Now I broke this down to keep it really quick so we could go through in 2 steps. But the whole process we can probably knock out in about 10, 15 minutes. If y'all want to go in depth on the how to close, I have that here for you too. It is in your booklet, but I want to be cognizant and aware of your time, so we'll make sure we keep that. But I want you to know your numbers. You need to know the ARV. Does anybody know what an ARV is? After repair value. What does that mean? Can somebody, one of you wholesalers want to tell me? What's it going to be worth after it's fixed? Okay. Once it's done, and this is the nicest one on the block, what can I sell this thing for without pricing myself out of the market? Okay. And that's a very important number because that's where you're going to start your base. This is where the percentages and the math comes into play. And if that number's not right, the rest won't be right. Okay. Second, know the average cost of repairs. Easiest ways to get bids. Then you got a fair number. They're going to be wrong, but they'll be close. They're going to tell you it's going to be $5,000, it's going to cost 10 because they're a liar and they want the job. But at least you got a start place, okay? That's just how it goes, okay? But at least you can get it. Now I got a template in here. We'll get to that in a minute, which will break down some quick math. It'll estimate you a little bit high on average, but it'll give you a good template for what to break down if you don't know what it is. We need to know the cost of the big guys. And these big guys, these are the ones like plumbing. This is stuff that the house isn't going to work if it's not right. So we need the plumbing. Do y'all think that's pretty important? All right, good deal. All right, then we got the electrical. Another one, super important. Roof, foundation, air conditioning, all are super important in Corpus Christi, especially. All right, yeah, especially here. It's hot. It's hot right now. All right. Then we need to know what the lender will lend on these numbers. Now, if you're paying cash, you can pay whatever you want. You want to pay for $1 million for a property that's worth $300, that's your business. You won't last long, but hey, whatever. Okay. Otherwise, it's best if you probably stick with the guidelines of a lender until you're comfortable. Once you're comfortable with what to do, now you can do whatever you want. But for your first couple deals, I would stick with the math that they do because they're staying conservative because they don't want to lose. And if they don't lose, you won't lose. Okay? So use their math. They already did the hard work for you. Talk to them in the back. Make sure you go talk to Angie. She's going to give you a template for that. But know what the lender's going to do. And then know the basic flip formula, which we're going to break down for you. Now this is set up the way that lenders are. You can buy under any math that you want to. This is in your book, so you should have it. But the basic flip formula is the 70% of ARV. So it's the ARV, which is after repair value times 70%. For those of you who don't know what 70% is, it's 0.7. So on your calculator, you multiply it times 0.7 and hit enter, and that's going to be 70%. To me, that's obvious, but I was told yesterday that that's not obvious, so let's make sure that we get that taken care of. Minus the cost of repairs, minus your closing cost. So the cost of repairs are there, what we got up here, $65,000? $65,000, that's what we're going to use. Closing cost, let's say, is $1,200. That's probably going to be a little low, but if you have a lender involved, it's going to be higher, but you need to know what those are. If you're using lending, it costs more. You need to make sure that math still stays in play because you do not want to lose. Because no matter what the seller tells you and promises you about this property, number one thing is as soon as you sign, it's your problem, not theirs, and they will not back it up, whatever they said. They're a better closer than you, I promise. So just make sure that you cover yourself and get it going. All right. So this is what you need to do, like Dan was talking about earlier. You need to ask them, what are they going to put in there? What would you do? If I gave you money to fix it, what would you fix? So you have a good template of what needs to get done on this property. So you got some good numbers. Now under this example, we got an ARV of $200,000 minus a repair cost of $65,000, got a closing cost of $1,200. So if y'all want to do the math, anybody got their calculators out? Can y'all make sure my math's correct? Well, I know it's correct, but I want y'all to see it's correct. I did it twice because I screwed up on the other one. I added instead of subtracted. I was like, that math don't look right. All right, so anyway, so we got 200,000 times 0.7, which is going to give you 140. Minus the 65,000, minus the 1,200 for this scenario equals how much? 73.8. Okay, so that means that's your max allowable offer. That's the most that you can offer for that property. And if you're a wholesaler, you need to be that number minus your fee so that you have a competitive product. It doesn't mean somebody won't pay more. It just means you're not setting yourself up for success if you go higher. Okay, so and you may not get the deal. If it's your first couple of deals, it's all right to miss. You don't need to win every single deal on the first one. It's okay because you need to find one that you're going to win or you're going to give up or you're going to lose money. We can't let that happen. I don't want you guys to lose. I just want y'all to share and post about success over and over again. All right, we need to close the seller. We're going to go into a little bit of sales techniques and mainly because this is an issue I feel people are a little uneasy. They're good in their jobs and what they do, but they're not familiar with selling things. That's where I came from, so it's a little more natural for me, but it took 25 years to get natural, so I don't know how natural that is. But first we want to build rapport. You just smile. Super easy. Do you feel better when somebody smiles at you? Most of the time, if it's sincere, you're going to be happy. If it's non-sincere, you're going to be a little creeped out. But if it's a sincere smile, and be honest, just be sincere. It's okay to say, I'm here to make money. I'm here, I'm a business. I want to buy the property. It's okay. I tell people that all the time. You want to rip my head off? Of course I do. If you'll sell it to me for $1, I'm going to buy it. Okay, and then they laugh. Okay, be friendly, be helpful, and listen. Talk to them and listen some more. Let them explain what it is that they need help with. Maybe it's not about the money. Maybe money's not a big motivator. A guy might have won the lottery. Maybe it's a property he just wants to see go to somebody who can do the work because it's not his skill set. Listen to what those things are. They're going to tell you what's important to them, and those are the things you're going to use later to close the deal. Ask questions that are relevant to the property. Unless you want to become their best friend forever and not buy anything, which will happen. Don't let yourself get off on 85 rabbit trails learning about their Aunt May and everything that they did. What you need to do is we need to stay relevant to the property. What did you buy? What are you here to sell me? What's the condition of the roof? What's going on with this? How can I help? What's happened? Who do we need to pay off? Those kind of things. And then what are your goals with the transaction? What do you guys want to accomplish? Do you want to pay it off quickly? Do you need me to close this deal and give you some cash so that you can go and find another house? Do you have somebody else that needs to be taken care of? Do you need me to find you a rental because you just can't afford the taxes on this property anymore and you need to level down? You need to find out what the goals are for the transaction and then express the value you can bring in the ease of the process. Okay, so you guys need to if you're offering to the seller, it needs to be easy. You need to be the best solution and probably not even the highest price, but you need to be the best solution. So we can move quickly, we can move efficiently, we're gonna cover the fees, we're gonna help you guys out, we're gonna give you the money that you need to get to the next phase, we're not gonna drag a lot of people through the property, we're gonna buy it as is, you don't have to fix anything, whatever the process is. I'm gonna move fast, I got cash, let's roll. Okay, and ask, what is a fair price to you? I like to use it, I call it a fair close. For me, my basis is what can I do that's fair? Most people want to be fair. It's a psychological win. You want to know what's fair to them and what's fair to you, and if everybody's on the same page, you're going to get there. But when you ask them a fair price, immediately their start price drops down. So it makes that a little bit easier and a little bit better. It's a whole lot easier to go from let's say 200. They're thinking 200 on that ARV. To get to 73.8, it's a long way. But if we can ask them, hey, let's talk about these repairs and start getting a mental number, they can start deducting that. We start telling them we need to cover these other things, they're going to start coming down. We're telling them, hey, I just want you to be fair with us. We want to be fair with you. What's a fair price to you? Instead of starting at 200, maybe now we're down at 140, 130. Now we're getting close. Now we got a smaller gap to close, and that's really where we want to get. If you try to pull somebody from 200K down to 73 right off the bat, they're just going to blow you out of there. They're going to go, oh yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Boom. You'll never get that call, and they'll never answer. If you have a conversation with them and explain the process, they're going to work with you. You got to go A to Z. You can't go A, skip all the rest, and go to Z. It's got to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, so that's going to keep in mind, and the transaction does not move forward. You have both wasted your time. You might have learned something, that's great, but ultimately you didn't help them sell something, and you didn't help yourself buy something. So you need this deal to consummate. You need this deal to stick and make sure it goes together. Just don't get in the way. A lot of times people want to get in the way of the sale. They want to overtalk. They want to share too much information. They want to talk about, yeah, there you go. We were talking about this earlier. You want to talk about things that are non-relevant, or you want to talk about your side of the business. Well, I got to pay realtors, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and based on this, and all you've done is scared somebody off who was already ready to do business with you, but now they're afraid that you're just going to outsmart them, and they don't want that. They want to feel like they're on the same level, even if you're way past them. All right, so we want to fund the deal. We got a couple different ways to fund the deal. So first one is cash. If you have money, you can use it. I wouldn't recommend it because you're going to need money for other stuff. So you're going to need money for the repairs, you're going to need money for payroll, you're going to need money for fees, whatever. But if you have the cash and you're rich, cool. Roll the check and keep on trucking. You'll have less fees with the lenders. You'll be able to close faster typically. You won't need appraisals or feasibility. But if you screw up, you have nobody to back you up. So make sure that you know what you're doing if you're going to write a check. Hard money, we're partnered up with Bay Mountain, so we have some special incentives for you guys. If it's something we partner up with, depending on the deal, we might be able to do it without an appraisal, which will save you a little bit of money and speed up the process. So instead of waiting 30, 45 days for the appraiser to show up, we might be able to knock it out in 3 or 4 days. So if you guys have a deal you want to stick, and I know y'all are open up to partnering up, come and talk to me. We'll open up that door and see if those are options. If y'all don't want to partner with me and you want to do your own thing, that's perfectly okay. Talk to them. They're going to give you awesome solutions for that, and there's plenty of other people who can help you as well. Reach out to me and I'll connect you with somebody. But Bay Mountain has treated us very well and has allowed me to grow 60-fold, so a huge amount of traction working with them. Seller financing, in many cases, this goes to Dan. You know, he breaks it out in 180 equal payments. Does anybody know what 180 equal payments means? 0% for how long? 15 years. Okay, so if you can get 0% for 15 years, I thought he was crazy. He told me about this in Vegas, so just out of fun, I had to try it. Okay, so I'm like, hey, so man, I just asked. I didn't know he was going to say yes. I found out just like anything else. I've sold stuff my whole life. If you don't ask, you don't get. I was afraid to ask, but I still had the cojones to do it, so I asked anyway, and I got it. So we got the deal. So we got 0% interest. It worked out great, and then we ended up selling that off anyway. But traditional lender. This is your bank. Navy, Army is local, so that's probably the one everybody knows here. Bank of America. Y'all go with whoever you want. Does anybody here work for Wells Fargo? I will pay you to leave. Okay? All right. I will write you a check to go work for Navy, Army. I will get you the job there. Just because nine specific deals have failed to close with and I get the, well, we're going to email. It's super important to us. We have run it up the chain. Well, I don't care. I care one thing. It's my money here. You know, I don't care who's at fault. I don't care who's right. I don't like Wells Fargo. Sorry. I will pay you to find another job. It's or I'll hire you. You need a job? Come work for me. Okay. It's traditional, but everybody else, we go with them into lenders. Private money lenders. This is a great time to talk to these people. I've talked to most everybody in this room. Some of you guys are millionaires. I already know. I'm not going to point you guys out because that would be rude. But if you say hi, you'll probably find that somebody next to you wants to help you out. Not everybody wants to flip property. Some people just want to make 10, 12% on their money, and they're happy to give it to you to make it happen. So if you make some friends, you're going to find solutions. You're going to help them achieve their goal of putting their money to work instead of getting rotten underneath their mattress, and they're going to help you achieve your goal of learning how to flip properties and build your wealth and establish yourself on your own. So make friends. It's super important. You guys are all drinking together, so y'all be a little looser right now. Go say hi, be friends, go out there and talk. All right. Then we want to rehab the project. This is the fun part. This is where it gets pretty. You get to put stuff on Facebook. This is where actually most of my leads come from. Most of you guys are probably here that responded to my ads because I post this stuff all day long and you followed me for whatever reason. Certainly, it's questionable why, but it works. I posted, we did this project, we did that project, I got this one working, I got that working. So this is a really good lead source as you're doing the work. But we want to rehab the project. Now it's time to get to work. You own the property, now it's time to get there. So first, I should have made this bigger so I can read it again. You should have bids for all the work. We want to make sure that you get bids for the work. Have the contractors come by, give you accurate bids, and have multiple guys come by and get you an accurate bid, because at this time you should have set up a feasibility study when you're doing your contract, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for about 2 weeks, especially on your first couple of deals, the lender's going to send somebody, you guys should have sent somebody. You really want to make sure on that first couple of deals that you don't know, and probably first 10. You need to really know what it is that you got going on. So what is it going to take for me to rehab this property? How much money am I really going to spend? Not how much did the wholesaler tell me I'm going to spend, because they're not going to, if I buy your deal, are you going to back me up? Nope, I own it. Yeah, but yeah, it's just the reality. When I wholesale something, it's your problem. Okay, I like it and it's great, but it's over. I can't warranty my stuff because the future is undetermined. So make sure you know your numbers. The foundation, plumbing, electrical, AC, and roof, those need to be correct first, because those problems don't go away and they're always going to fail in inspection. I try to get around them sometimes, sucks, it never works out, so don't do it. Just, I try to save money, don't try to save money, just spend it and get it done. You need to have those things done to get it done. You can be creative in the process, paint it pink, paint it yellow, paint it purple, whatever you want to do, I don't care. But what sells is gray and brown. Okay, so if you guys are going to paint it, go grayscale, go tans, and keep it neutral. You'll open up to a wider base of people. Check on your project daily. If you guys are not doing the work yourself, get there every single day and fix that project. Make sure the guys are showing up, they're doing the job, and they're getting paid ahead. Or you're paying them before they do ahead of doing the work. Make sure you open every door. We want to make sure that when you guys go and finish these projects, you touch every door, look behind every door, make sure every faucet works, the AC works, the temperature goes up, temperature comes down, water comes out of everything, all the electrical outlets work, because these are things that are going to eat you up in an inspection. Any realtors? Just a couple? All right, is it not your job to protect your client? Or it is your job to protect your client, right? So y'all have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that my project sucks. Okay, that's your job. Okay, so your job is to go through there and tear that thing apart. And that's fine because your buyer, to them, is I buy 50. They're buying one every 10, 15 years. To them, this is a huge investment for those guys. So it has to be protected. They don't have the money to fix it up. So you guys need to make sure you're getting a quality project because their job is to make sure that it doesn't get sold until those things are right. So fix it right, don't fix it twice. Because it sucks. All right, and meet with the realtor teams and prep the home for sale. If you have a good realtor, have them come over and say, listen, I want to sell this thing, you're going to pay X amount, make this thing look pretty. What do I need to put? Do I need to put some smell goods in here? Do I need some Febreze? Do I need to have it decorated? Do I need to put some paintings because this wall's a little wonky? You know, what is it that I can do to make it look better so this thing's going to sell first day? We want a first day yes, not a second day maybe. Okay. All right, I don't know what happened there. Okay. Then we got to sell the project. That's my favorite because I like getting paid. Y'all like getting paid? 5 of y'all like getting paid? All right. This is my favorite part, man. You got to keep all the records. So the permits that you guys did, any rehabs, foundation work you did, AC repairs, keep the receipts. They're going to ask, you guys are going to want them. My realtor, Karina over there, hits me up all the time. Why you don't have this? It's because I didn't keep it. I threw it in the trash. And then, so what ends up happening? Then I got to go call the guy up and say, hey, man, remember that thing you did for me 6 months ago? Can you make another receipt and date it for the other day? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then I get it, but you know, it's a lot easier just to keep it right. So, you know, keep it right. Keep all your paperwork. Make sure you have everything that you need. It makes your job a lot easier. Am I correct?
Do you have a good way of organizing yourself?
No. It's the way that, and actually that's a good point because I'm working on this with a software development company that actually it's called HiveMind. Does anybody here use that project? Okay, so I was talking with them in a meeting before. So I said, listen, when I came from automotive, this is a system that I had. I type in a VIN number and it would tell me every contract, every receipt, everything was scanned into an itemized system. So they said, well, that's an enterprise system. I go, well, the people who are buying these things in volume, that's what they need. And the smaller guys can just attach to it because it's web-based. It doesn't have to be fancy. So I've not partnered with them, but I am working with them on developing a good system for that so everything's digital. So I can scan and say, okay, I need all the contracts from this period to this period so my accountant's happy. I need all the receipts on this job for so my realtors are happy. So that technology is coming in place. As for a normal file, the way in real life, the way it works is I put them all in an envelope and they all go in the closing file from the title company. And that's where they go. And then if I don't put it there, then I hope it's scanned on my phone. And if that doesn't work, then I call somebody and say, hey, I need this form. You know, and that is not the best way to do it. The best way is to keep it digital copy so that it can be easily communicated across all platforms to anybody. And so I'm working with, not personally, but helping them develop that system so we can have that as a better system in the future. Does anybody else have another question? Nope. Okay. We want to keep the property clean and lawn maintained. If you're selling something, presentation's paramount. Do y'all like buying stuff that's ugly? No, yes, you do. Yeah, I like buying houses that are ugly, but when I'm going to sell something, it needs to be pretty. When you go to the store, you want to buy what looks good, or you want it half price. If it's jacked up, you want a deal. But if you want to sell to retail, you want it to be perfect. So if you're going for the retail buyer who's going to pay all the money, make it look nice. Make the lawn maintained, mow the grass, trim the trees, put the flowers, paint the little parts, whatever it takes, keep it pretty. You know, have all the services on. You walk in there and the power's not on, it ain't going to sell. They don't want it because they don't think it works. They go in there, the water doesn't work, they're not going to like it. And if the inspectors go in there, you ain't getting anywhere. Deal's dead. So make sure that, it'll come back to life later, but it's dead right then. All right, work, and then you need to work with the realtor to go through each step of the selling process. If you're brand new, you need to understand what you're getting into. What do I need to do? What paperwork am I going to sign? What does this paperwork mean? When I said, y'all just posted on Facebook that you sold my house, but where's my check? Well, I get it in 45 days. Because I've seen the realtors love doing that. I sold it. You didn't sell shit. You didn't sell it till I get a check. All you do is get a contract. And the contract's cute, but it don't mean nothing. Money matters. So you need to understand what that process is and when you're going to get your money. It's and they're going to help you understand. And then you need to not be cheap. And what that basically means is if you fix something already, you're going to probably have to fix it again. Most likely, even though you know the house is perfect, don't take it personal, you're going to have to fix something else. Their job is to send an inspector to find that one thing. And if you make it perfect, they're still going to send and find something because that guy has a job to do. He has to justify his existence. So who put a scratch on the wall and say there's a scratch? That's what it takes for him to justify his job. So it's, and that's okay because he's got to do something. Okay, so make sure that you just understand it. Leave it in your budget. You're going to have extra stuff to fix. It's going to happen, I promise. All right, here we go. Okay, you can sell the property yourself. If you guys are ballsy, you want to get on Facebook and market it like this, y'all see all stuff, dude, y'all can sell it yourself. You don't have to use a realtor. I wouldn't recommend it, and the main reason being is you're only going to a select market. You have the realtors do it, they're going to list it across the full MLS, and they're going to market to their local network internally, and you're going to have all the other realtors who are going to get paid also market it. And I don't care what you guys say, if y'all ain't getting any money, you're going to slight your customer to the guy who's going to write you a check. Just the way it works. I've been in sales my whole life. I want to sell what pays me. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to sell anything that's not going to make me money. So if they have competition, which an owner finance is, I might work in that deal. All right, so the off-market offers should be less. You bought it off-market because it was a deal. You're going to sell it off-market because it's a deal. So if you have to go off-market, you need to understand it's not going to be for full value most of the time. Deal mathematics. You can pay whatever you want. Like I said before, you want to pay $1 million, go ahead. But you need to keep to the plan, to the formula. So I broke out the formula again for you guys, just so you can see a couple different scenarios. I put this in here. I want you guys to use this on your first couple deals. This is set up for the lending bank. This is not the only way to buy a property. It's just the easy way to stay in guidelines.
That's in here, right?
It is in there. Yeah, I printed those out for you guys because I wasn't 100% sure I could get this thing to work, and I wanted to make sure you guys go. Does anybody here run a print company? You do? Okay, because these things cost me $23 a piece, so give me a better deal. It's like, okay. But I wanted to make sure you guys had them. It was super important since you guys were nice enough to come out here, and I'm very grateful that you guys did, that I want to make sure that you leave with some quality information so that you can achieve your goals. Okay? All right, so these are the ARVs. In the ARV here, we go to after repair value. We're 200 grand, 65, 1200. That's the example before. Example 2, which y'all got to ask some questions, so let's go. All right, so y'all see it. So this is how you're going to calculate your max allowable offer. As long as that math fits and your numbers are accurate, you should be okay. And that 30% seems like a lot, but how much does a realtor make? 6? Okay, so if they're partnered with you, they're going to get 56%. So they're going to get 56%. If they're not, you're going to get 5 to 6%. So that 30% is already down to there. Then you're going to have room to negotiate. You're going to have room for the stuff that you missed. You're going to have profit for you. You spent 6 months, you got to get paid. If you're not getting paid, it's a hobby. If you aren't in a business, be a hobby, that's fine. But if you want to make a check and make a business, you got to make money. And then you're going to have negotiating room, fees, carrying costs, water bill, electric bill, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Deal mathematics on the big things. Now, these are the big things. Now, this is just a break template. Now, these numbers are not hard numbers, but if you have to make a decision on the fly when you're negotiating, these are the numbers that I use right now. They may change as the economy changes, but as of right now, if I just have to make a quick decision, electrical, I'm going to figure out 5 grand. That's when it's jacked up. I walk out there, there's no meter and the thing's cut. I'm just going to say it's going to cost me 5 grand to fix it. Might cost 2, might cost 6. I don't know, but I'm going to estimate 5. Roof, if it's a big roof, it might be more. If it's an average roof, probably 12 grand. If it's a big old house, double it, whatever it is. Foundation, I've got foundations from 3 grand to, we had a bid for 63,000 on one. But as a general rule, we try to stay around that 10 to 12 range. Plumbing, this is a little high in most cases, especially if you're pier and beam, but you're probably around 10 grand, just figure it out. AC, if it's a service it, 2 grand. If it's, what we put on here, if it's a full replace, probably 10. Might be a little bit more, but you're going to rerun ducts, put a whole new unit. You look in that thing and it's rusted and beaten up. We want to make sure that you account for those things. And there are things that we forget about. We're worried about which tile we're going to put, but we forget that it doesn't have an AC when it's 110 degrees. And then when you go to figure it out, now it's the end of the job, you're already done. You go, oh yeah, we need to put the AC in there. You got to budget for these things, especially in the beginning. The quick rehab formula, I have it's simple math. If it doesn't need anything, I figure $10 a square foot, because I'm going to spend it on something. As soon as I clean it out, I'm probably going to have to paint it, even though I swore I wasn't. I'm going to have to do some landscaping. I'm going to have to patch something that I didn't see. I'm going to have to fix an appliance, whatever it is. If it needs paint only, I'll walk in, oh, I'm just going to paint it. And I'll estimate about 20. And that's going to cover the paint, but it's also going to cover the patches, this missing piece, the tile that's chipped, whatever. If everything needs attention, maybe it's a 1980s home, good condition, but it's dated, we'll figure about $30 a square foot. And if it's a full gut, the thing caught on fire and I got to tear it all apart, we'll figure about $50. And then keep in mind, we add those other things on top. So it's 50 plus, plus the rehab, plus the plumbing. So on this example here, we got the roof, the plumbing, and the formula. So the roof, we got 12 grand, plumbing, we got 10. We add those two together. Formula 3 is $30 a square foot on a 2,000 square foot house. That's 60,000, so it means estimated repairs are 82 grand. All right. Now the rest of this stuff, y'all getting anything out of this? Yes. Okay, is this helping you guys out? Okay. All right, I don't mind going more into it, but it starts going more into sales and acquisition and long-term management. So I provided that stuff. If you guys want to go into that, we've got, we got 15 minutes. Y'all want to roll? Y'all want to learn some more? Okay. All right, so how to acquire your first opportunity. So the first one is the wholesalers. What's that? What you got? Yes, ma'am. Did I misspell something? So the engineering fees would still come out of there. So if the engineering comes by and you're going to do the plumbing, and the engineer for the roof, those things will be estimated in the estimated cost for those, because most of the time they're going to set those up, and then they're going to need to get those costs. I just added into the cost. So anything I got to write a check for, even if it's buying petunias for the front of the yard, they need to be figured out. Now this template I gave up earlier is just a quick math, and what that's for is just to get a quick guesstimate. If you got somebody you're negotiating a deal, use the formula, break it down in your head, put it in your calculator, and then rock and roll and make that offer. Because if you're going to find most of the time, if you're working a deal, that if you can close it on the spot, you're going to get a better deal than if you close it later, because they got time to think about it and they're not thinking cheaper. Okay, it's just not going to happen. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, if it's going to be a small little thing, I'm looking at, hey, I'm just going to replace a sink or something, you might figure a couple $100. Yeah, if some of them are, and if that's the case, I would come talk to me. I want to cook you up with some cheaper people. But yes, if the reroutes could definitely be more money. There are going to be. These are for quick estimates, so we want to make sure that you have a basis to base it off of, but you want to make sure during that 2-week period that you guys are getting those people to give you those, to get you those actual bids. And if you have to renegotiate it with facts, then that's when you're going to come into play. So if you get the bid and you bring them in there and they say, hey, it's going to be $15,000, and you can go back to the seller and say, listen, I want to put this deal together. I'm happy to do it, but here's what I discovered. And these are things that we have to address. If you'd like to move forward, I need your help, but let's get it going. Okay? All right. Y'all getting it? Well, all right. So wholesalers, we want to talk about the wholesalers. These are usually not going to be your very best leads. They're going to be the most expensive. And the reason being, these guys are better closers. If they weren't, you would have bought your own deal. Okay, so their job is to close the deal better than anybody else. That's their goal. They want to go out there and acquisition it. They have the systems, tools in place to do it. That's their job. They're going to get paid, and that's okay. But they will have deals. You reach out to Facebook, look for the wholesale deals, the signing contract. They will provide you a deal. Somebody's going to have one. So that's a great source to go to for your first deal. Find a local distressed property that you know. Tell everybody. Talk to your own network. Somebody's going to want to sell a property. Somebody has an issue. And I know, do y'all think the market's hot? The market's pretty hot, so would y'all feel like it's difficult to find deals? No? Y'all don't think it's a great opportunity to find deals? Okay, good. Because I don't want to hear that it's tough, because I'll start slapping with some HUDs. It's not hard to find a deal. You just got to work it. All right, bandit signs. I buy houses. Here's my number. Call me. Whoever calls on that damn thing wants to sell. Okay? Because who in their right mind would make that their best choice? Okay, that house is jacked up. But when they call, they're ready to roll. So me and Brian over here went and put signs all over the world. We're out there doing all kinds of stuff. Door knocking. Go knock on the door. Hi, my name is, and then tell them Slim Shady, and then go get that deal done. All right? All right? And then I'm Slim Gringo. I'm Fat Gringo. The door knocking, social media, post on social media. If you got a good source base, you want to make sure that you're getting that done. MLS. There are deals on the MLS. I sell some every once in a while. Not too many, but we will post a few. But MLS is still a good deal. If you go out there and you see every house in this neighborhood's $300,000, and then this one, and now you see one on there for $80,000, you probably want to go look at that house. It's jacked up. That's okay. That's what you're looking for, but you can still pick some up. What else we got? And then just talk to everybody, man. That's the best thing. Talk to everybody. Tell them what you're going to do. They're going to make sure they help you. And last, again, this is super important. Call me. If y'all need a deal and you can't find a deal and you're ready to do a deal, call me. We have a pretty heavy acquisitions team, so we're going to make sure we have a steady stream of leads. If y'all need a property, let me know. I'll sell you one that I got that I haven't started yet. If I already started it, I'll sell it to you. It's going to be damn near retail. So, but if I haven't started, I don't want it because I got to it and I don't have crews to work on it, so it's costing me money every month. So if you guys want one and y'all need one right now, let me know. We're going to get you in one. Basic negotiations. Y'all want to keep going? Yeah? Okay. All right. So if y'all don't know how to close anybody, then I don't know how y'all got married or dated. I don't get it. You know, somebody says they don't know how to negotiate. You're liars. Y'all only got to date somewhere in your life. Somebody close somebody. All right. So it's this is where it's important. Don't overthink the wrong process. A lot of you guys, when you're selling stuff, you're going to get caught up in the details. You're going to solve problems that don't even exist in your mind. You're going to be making up stuff that's this issue, that issue. None of that stuff happened. You know, when you go through the process and you talk to the seller and establish a rapport, you're going to have an easy process. This is an area it's going to take a lifetime to figure out, but you guys will get it done. Smile. Do y'all know how to smile? Y'all know how to smile? Anybody here know how to smile? There you go. There you go. Come on, show me that smile, Amanda. There you go. All right, come on, Alex. You good? There it is. That's a winner smile. That's a $1,000 smile right there. All right. All right. All right. Listen and listen some more. You don't want to know their whole story, but sometimes you got to listen to their story. Okay? They want to talk. They hadn't had nobody listen to them forever, and if they did, they would have sold that shit retail. Okay? If there were people who could solve their own problems, they wouldn't be talking to you. So you're going to have to listen to some issues. Okay, let them talk, let them share a little bit about themselves, but keep it on track. You know, build that rapport. Ask the questions, keep it understanding what they're saying, and make sure you repeat what they say. If they say, hey, I need to sell this thing fast. Okay, so what I'm hearing from you is you want your money tomorrow? Well, I do, but where am I going to live? Where am I going to do this? I haven't talked to my grandma yet. It's not really my house. It's my sister's. Okay, now we start finding out pertinent information, and we can overcome those objections. So we need to figure out what's going on and make sure we isolate the reality and can move forward. Ask questions that are pertinent to acquisition. Y'all can ask about their life, ask about their day, ask about everything else. That's great. That's important for building rapport. But if you're not asking about moving in the process of buying the property, you're just going to make a friend and you're not going to make a deal. And you need to make a deal. Use the word fair often. This is how I prefer to negotiate. You can do whatever path you want to, but most of the time I want to say, hey, thanks for having us over. I really appreciate it. You know, we're just looking to do something that's fair for you guys. What makes sense to you? We're going to make this fast, easy, secure. So in this particular part, I'm telling them the sales pitch of what I'm going to do. I'm going to provide this service being quick, efficient, no commissions, tax-free, at a fair price. So they want to hear that. When you're interested in buying, we are interested in buying just like it is. So I want to buy it just like it is, the condition that it is right now. I want to buy this property as it sits. You don't have to do anything, 100% as is at a fair price. Does that sound fair to you? And then we want to ask that question. Before you talk price, know the numbers. So the reason I put those formulas up there before we got here is if you're negotiating a deal, you need to have a mental note of where you're at on that deal. So if I need to be at $68,000, I want to know that before I go and say hello. So when I get in there and I look at the property, I'm showing up to the appointment, I've ran the CMAs, I've gotten my ARV, I've calculated the math, I go in there with a game plan, and then when I go to negotiate the deal, then I have something to go on. So I know where I'm going to be before I start. I know where I want to be. I know I'm going to be this number or less. They don't know that yet. They'll find out later when they sign, but we'll get there later. But they got to go through the process. You have to help them understand why that makes sense. So we want to make sure that we do that. So you want to know your numbers and your max allowable offer before y'all get involved. And then in almost every case, I don't actually make an offer. Does that make sense to y'all? I hardly ever make an offer. And I call it a no offer offer. And basically what that means is I'm going to ask them, what's fair to you? I want them to be happy. If they offer it to me, I didn't force them to sell me anything. I bought what they sold me. Okay? So I want to ask them, hey, what's fair to you guys? I want to work with you guys. What's there mentally? Every time that you say that, they're going to drop down their number and start getting. So that $200,000 they heard their neighbor sell it for is where it started. You don't want to negotiate from there. You want to negotiate from, $100,000, $130,000. Because you got to get to 68. You want to close a $30,000 gap, not $100,000, $130,000 gap. So we want to make sure that that's how I do it. I let them make that offer. So when they have a question about the price, I'm just going to keep avoiding it. Hey, I'm just here to help you guys out. I want to buy it. I was looking for a fair deal. What makes sense to you? If they just keep hammering me for a price, then I'm going to hit them at half of whatever my offer is and tell them something along the lines of, hey, the other houses I bought over here have been about this. And if my offer was 68, I'd tell them about 35. And I know that's not a good number for you guys. So I'm not asking you to sell it to me for 35. I'm just asking what a fair number is to you. And now we're reversing that pitch. And if y'all want, we'll go into further training on another meeting. I don't want to, we're getting late in the day, but we'll go into sales classes for that. Basic closes for beginners. These are 5 simple closes. These are like 101 closes. These are not super high tech or fancy. You go to any car dealership, any negotiating seminar, anything that teach you how to sell, they're going to teach you these same 5 basic ones. If y'all want to read about a whole lot of them, go to Grant Cardone's book, Master Closer Seller, some shit. Anyway, read the book. They'll teach you 1,000 more. But here's 5 simple ones. If I could, would you? Which basically means if they say, I'll do it if you'll do it for X number of dollars, I'll do it if you buy it for 10. Okay, if I agree to that, if I agree to buy it for 10, would you move forward in the process? Yes, great, let's sign it up. Okay? Agree, dismiss, discount. Most people's objections, almost everybody's objections are bullshit. They're just complaints. All they're wanting to do is vent that they're not happy. So if you agree and you say, I understand, and then discount the objection. Because the objection is, well, my price is too low. Okay, that's great. Well, the market dictates the price. I understand it's too low. Or here you go, price is too low. Here you go. Respond, I agree. The market and the current car condition dictate a fair market value. I'm offering you a fair price of block. Sign here, here, and here. And they'll be like, okay, you're right. Gas is too high. Are you going to stop buying gas? No, you just complain about it. You're not going to stop. Agree, resell, and ask again. Now, if there's a little bit of meat to their objection, then you need to agree with it. Then you got to resell it. You got to justify why where you are makes sense. So we want to sell. So I'm not ready yet. Okay, man, I totally agree. Let's hold off on the decision right now. If you stop the process right then, it's going to take pressure off of them. Do you feel better? Yes. Great. All right, let's make sure you understand the process and informed decision later. I want to make sure you understand what we're going to do. We're going to buy this property. We're going to buy it as is. We're going to make the process super simple. We're going to make it very easy for you, make it very affordable, and make it very fair. Okay, I'm going to give it to you at a fair price. Would you agree? And if they say yes, you say, great, then let's just sign right here, here, and here, and they'll be good to go. If they say no, then we need to go find out what the real objection is and then overcome that objection. It might have been something we should have found out in discovery, but we will figure it out and overcome it. And then feel, felt, found. This is another old trick. So it's saying, I understand how you feel. I felt that way before, and this is what I've learned. So you create empathy, create sympathy, and then show your results that get where you want to be. So, hey, I totally understand how you feel. This is too fast, I'm not ready. I totally understand how you feel. I felt scared too about making the right choice for me and my family. I get it. What I have found in the long run is that I've always had the need, or I wouldn't have reached out for a solution. They called you and they met with you because they want to solve a problem. Okay, so they've already made that choice. Our solution, aside from being fair, provides the flexibility to move at your pace and at your schedule. So would you prefer to close next month or this week? What works best for you? And then, great, we'll do that. Print it up, sign it up, here we go. And then either or. I need to talk to my partner first. Great, totally understand. What do you believe is the most important to them? Price or time? Do you want more money or do you need longer time to close? Great. And what about you? What's most important to you? Price or time? Awesome. If I can overcome both of these objections, here's my solution. Are y'all ready to move forward? Yes or no? Yes, great, boom. Then we'll zip it up and we're good to go. These are very simple. I would definitely recommend that you keep going. This is a step-by-step process. I'm not going to go through this, but it just goes through. When you do a deal, I came up with 40. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to do. So y'all look on this on your own. We'll run through this. How to create constant deal flow. If you want to flip it scale, does anybody want to do more than one deal? Who wants to do like 5? 10? Okay, great. Do you think any of this stuff Dan or myself have taught you would help you achieve that? Okay, good, good. All right, so if you want to flip it scale, you have to have a process for creating deal flow. One deal will not cut it. You need many because deals are going to fall apart. Things aren't going to get done. Title companies won't be able to get you what you need because it doesn't exist. The people die, they don't know who they are, whatever. So always share what you do. Number one is your network. Who do you know, who knows you, and who can help you achieve your goal? Network with other investors. That's you guys. Have y'all gotten each other's numbers? Yeah, 5 of y'all. Okay. All right. So y'all made a choice to come up here and eat free food. Make money by networking and getting phone numbers. There's somebody up here who has a deal for you, for you, for you. I know for you. I got a deal for you. I'll sell you anything. Yeah. You guys, y'all need to get and say hi to each other and make friends because it's super duper important that you guys find out who your network is, who's in the same business. They will help you. Bandit signs, they always work. Put them out there, you're going to get phone calls. Whoever calls off a bandit sign, they need help. Okay? And if y'all don't know what they are, those little signs you see all over the place. I buy cars, I buy houses, I'll work for free, I need a house, whatever. Those little bitty cheap signs to get out there. Join the local RIA. We have a RIA here in Corpus. It's ran by Ryan Moore. I would love you guys to sign up with him and get the RIA going up again. I would love to see him get that reactivated. It used to be here at this building. I would definitely suggest that you guys reach out to him and say, hey bro, get this thing kicking off. It's a fantastic networking event and I want you guys to do that. I will be doing stuff that'll be more sales training and more business related training and I want to help you guys with those things, but they won't be as frequently. If y'all talk to him, he'll set it up on a monthly basis and we'll get that thing kicking up again. But go to different RIAs. Go here, go to San Antonio, go to Dallas, go to Houston. Have a good weekend with the family, the kids, the wives, the husbands, whatever. And learn something new at each one of these events. You're going to expand your network. It's a great place to go. Driving for dollars. Anybody know what driving for dollars is? Can somebody tell me what driving for dollars is? What you got? Come on.
Drive around looking for overgrown yards, mailing mailboxes.
There you go. Okay, anybody else? Anybody got any other secrets?
Country yard. So Uber drivers.
What's that? What you got? Country? Okay.
That's what I do. I see all the properties. I see all abandoned houses. Everywhere I go from all the way to Kerrville to.
Talk out that way so I can hear you.
I see abandoned houses everywhere.
There you go.
Right down the road.
What you got, Dan? Dan knows everything.
One of the best uses for bandit signs that we have found is they help us locate the owner of the house. Yes. And this is the way you do it. You put it in front of their house and you put for sale and your number.
With a question mark.
They will call you very angry, but you will find the owner of the home.
Yes.
And when they do, just tell them, hey, I'm not trying to sell your house. I never put home for sale. I just put for sale in my number because I knew you would call me. Let's talk about your house.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah, it works. So you put, all right. Y'all got it? Right, what you got? Hit.
One of the good responses I've had is what I have in the back of my shirt.
Uh-huh.
Okay, my stepdaughter made this for me. Plus, she also makes some white vinyl letterings on my car.
Yeah.
And you're in a drive-thru. The first call after I got mine on, the first response I got, I had gone through a Popeyes drive-thru. I pulled up, and this border patrol guy pulled up next to me, and he's like, knocking on, crap, what did I do? He was like, hey, you buy houses?
Yeah.
Dude, yes, we do.
Yes, there you go.
But I mean, you get responses because people will see your vehicle, and also when I'm driving for dollars, I feel like people see that and they know I'm just not treating it in a negative way.
Exactly, man. If they don't know what you're doing, they can't help you. You're not even on the radar of a solution. So if you provide a solution, whatever it is, you're a realtor, you're an insurance company, you're a title company, you're a lender, you're a nurse. If nobody knows what you're doing, you're not going to get paid. So yeah, it absolutely. And how much competition do you guys think y'all have? Little to none. I mean, I don't know if I talked about this with Dan the other day, but we had when we had that big lottery, it was like $700 million or something. I calculated out the math of what that would be after taxes. I went to the MLS and looked for properties under $250,000. I didn't have enough money just to buy those. Okay, so there are plenty of deals. So just any idea somebody else has is not going to interfere with yours. Anything you share with the group, out of as many volume, as high a volume as we do, I've probably negotiated on the same property 3 or 4 times. Out of weekly acquisitions. I mean, it just doesn't happen. There's so many opportunities out there, so don't feel like it. Learn from each other, work together, network with each other, help each other achieve your goals. If that's not your strong suit, then get with a wholesaler that's their thing. Go find out their thing. Call me, I'll find you a deal. But make sure people know what you do. And yeah, shirts work amazing. So I'm glad you shared that. Use marketing tools. If you guys like to be the tech people, direct mail companies, email services, text messaging service, virtual assistants, social media, get out there and use those services. CRM software, REI Blackbook, Propelio, PropStreet, Batch Leads, Deal Machines. I know people are going to get mad, oh, you're sharing my secrets. They're not doing it all either. They ain't got enough money. So use these tools, man. They're going to help you guys out. Be consistent. Do it every day. If you tell somebody every day, all of you guys are here because somebody like me, and probably me, says every day for the last couple of years that this is what I do. So then when we decided to put this event together, there was credibility with why am I showing up to this event. So now you're here so we can help you. But the only reason you came is because every single day we said what we did. Dan's preaching every day about his processes, his systems, what he does to work. I show my dedicated interest in rebuilding the community. My number one motivator is to take shitty houses and make a happier community. I like making money, but that comes by default. So it's, I want to rebuild the community. He wants to help you buy and build up his net flow and positive cash flow, and those are super important. But be consistent every day, show him what you do, and have a plan, and the results will happen consistently. We got some deal examples, which we can break down. Y'all can break those down. But I think more important, and then here's some definitions if y'all need some of those. Some helpful apps. I listed 25. So we got Realtor, Zillow, Landglide, Profit Dial, LoopNet, Apartment Finder. Download all these apps and figure out what they do. Okay? You're going to find that a lot of these apps will help you guys out in finding properties, negotiating properties. Books. Here's a couple books. Read them. Anybody read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Almost every investor on the planet. Hey, Dina, you made it. All right. 10X rule. Anybody know who Grant Cardone is? Okay, everybody knows that dude, right? All right. Never split the difference. Chris Ross kind of goes into which one? Yeah, that one kind of goes with the fair deal. That's one of his techniques in the CIA negotiations. Tax-Free Wealth by Tom Wheelwright. So once you make money, you got to know how not to waste it. All right, Closer's Survival Guide. This is the one that has the closes. Read that one. I knew there was a name, I just couldn't remember what it was. read this one. And then emergency contact. If you screw up, what you're going to happen, you got 3 emergency exit strategies. Number 1, call the lender. If you guys have this thing on a hard money lender, if y'all screw up and y'all can't get this project done, call them first and say, listen, this is the situation I'm at. Why? Because they're going to repo it and they're going to foreclose on it anyway. Okay, you're going to lose it. So you might as well work something out. If there's an issue, say, listen, I need some money to finish this project. My budget's not in line. I want to lose this deal. Even if they don't help you, you have a chance they will. Okay, they may not, but they're going to have a chance. That needs to be your first step. Wholesale it off. Stop where you're at. Sell it to somebody else. You may make money. You may not make money. You might lose a little bit of money. But if you don't have the capacity to finish it, kill it and move on. List it as is. Throw that thing on the MLS. Okay, sell it as is. Let the realtors figure it out. They'll get after it. They'll have their network. They're all going to get paid. You're probably not going to make any money when it's all said and done, but you're out of it. It's done. And then extra bonus, call me. There's my number. If you need something, call me. All right. If y'all need a deal, you got a deal. You have an opportunity. Something's not working out. Let me know. I want to solve the problem. So if you don't have my number, send it to me. Send me a text. I'll save you. Here's a quick, y'all can use this. If you flip to the back, y'all can break down your own deals. And then that's pretty much it. The rest is for notes. Does anybody have a deal they want me to buy? Nobody? What you got? Anybody got anything y'all want me to buy? Anybody got a deal you want to sell? The wholesalers, who's got something they want to sell? What you got? Well, come on up here, man. Tell me about this deal. Let's break down. Y'all want to break down a deal? Yes? Okay, let's break down a deal. I know Dina's got a deal. Which one do you want to sell, Dina? Okay, anybody want a deal out in Falfurrias? How about if I got you guys a house super cheap? Y'all want to buy a house for 25 grand? Not in Falfurrias? Okay. Y'all want to buy what? How about 20 grand? Anybody want to go for 20? If I sell, I'll cover the 5 grand difference. Yep. 2 bedroom with a lot. It's really 3 bedroom. Nice house. 1.5 bath. Okay. All right. Talk about your deal, Travis.
We got a 6 bedroom, 3.5 bath on 4.5 acres. After repair values right up there around 230, 245, conservatively. Right now we're at 125. That is all in purchase price.
Okay. All right. So we got 235 ARV.
Clayton County, just outside of just on the edge of Kingsville.
Okay.
Within the city limits, so it's got city sewer, city water, all the nuts and bolts. Got a fairly decent setup. Does need some work. Probably about 60 to 65 in repairs. Conservative is probably a little bit higher. If we actually.
How much?
The what?
Does it fit?
No, I don't. Repairs after repair value.
Okay. All right. How much for it? How much you want for it?
Oh, we're at 125.
125 grand.
Conservatively, you're probably going to push a little bit higher than 235, so I'm thinking it's probably going to end up 260, 280. But right now we're doing conservative numbers, being respectful for the market, about 235.
And how much in repairs?
About 60, 65.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I mean, we're pretty close. You got any room on that deal?
Yeah, we do.
How much room you got?
We got a buffer. We got about 10 grand in there.
About 10 grand. So if I gave you 115, you'd be good?
Yeah.
You'd be good? Okay. All right. Give me that deal. We're going to go look at that deal. So what are you doing tomorrow? I'm going out to Kingsville tomorrow to look at another one.
We set it up. I got another.
All right. I'll be there at noon. All right. I'll be there at noon. All right. So we're going to buy something. All right. So, all right. Anybody else? What else y'all got? Anybody else got something? You got one in Falfurrias? Anybody want to partner with me on a deal in Falfurrias? I want to partner on this thing. I'll put up half, y'all put up half. No, man, y'all scared, man. No, man, it's only 25 grand. I'll put up 12.5, y'all put up 12.5, and we'll zip that deal up. That sound fair to y'all? Who's got? Yeah, I'll put up 12.5, y'all put up 12.5, we'll sell it for 25 grand, or she's selling for 25 grand. I'll put up half, y'all put up half. Who wants to do that deal? I'll do it. Who's doing it? You're in? Okay, all right, so we might do a 3. Okay, so I got 12.5 here. I got, you want to go in on that thing? You got some cash? Okay, all right, so you be my rehab guy. All right, so now I got some rehab money. I got that. Does that sound fair to you? All 3 of us, man. All right, so that's another deal. Who else got something for me to buy? All right, so Dina, your deal's done. All right, what else we got? Anybody else got a deal? Okay, all right, guys. What questions do you guys have for Dan or myself? Y'all done? Y'all know everything? Y'all masters? What you got?
You probably can't answer it, but does Bay Mountain fund the rehabs too?
Yes, they'll do the rehab as well. So they're going to be at 70% minus the cost of repairs. So if it's a $200,000 house, they're going to give you that 140 total, minus the cost of repairs will be deducted from that. So as long as that math fits in line, then you'll do the repairs. They're going to reimburse you that rehab money. So the key is to make sure that rehab budget is orchestrated in a way that allows for your cash flow to stay positive, so that you do the repairs, you got that money coming back, and don't do the don't put all the heavy stuff on the backside. You'll run out of cash unless you got money. You got a lot of cash, do whatever you want. But you want to make sure that you work with them on the rehab budget to make sure that the timing and the organization come together so you can stay cash flow positive through the entire process. But yeah, absolutely. Make sure you get with Angie and ask her about that. She'll help break down that for you. Is there anybody else that has any deals they want to partner with? Anybody y'all got anything that y'all want to get set up? What you got?
A property on Rand Morgan.
Rand Morgan, beautiful property. Which side of Rand Morgan? Am I in the hood or in the good?
Right by the Metro.
Okay.
The fish and game that was
Yeah.
sent you that picture.
Yes.
That I definitely would like to flip that house.
You want to flip that house? Okay, all right, so we got that deal, so send it over to me. I'm going to get that, starting to sound like Jimi Hendrix over here. It's, no, you don't know Jimmy. All right, so yeah, send me that stuff on that house, so we'll go look at that one. I'll probably head that way up to when I come back from Kingsville. So I'll be at Kingsville probably around noon, and then I'll swim back by. Is that house vacant?
Yes, it is. It's already.
You got a lot box on it?
Yeah, the company that owns it, they're with the person outside of it.
Okay, okay. So send me the information on that one again so I have it fresh in my phone. And we'll go look at that one. If we want to flip it, then we'll look at flipping it. And if the deal makes sense for the company and for you, and Bay Mountain will support it, then we'll figure out a way to make that work for you. What you got, Gigi? Yes, ma'am.
So I'm doing a deal for the first time and I'm new to this.
Uh-huh.
I'm writing inside a contract with someone who's willing to sell the property.
Yes.
Then I go see Dan. What does Dan need from me?
What does Dad need from you for what?
If I need cash or money or cash. That's over here? Okay, so that's back.
That's Angie. Yeah.
How long your money, but I ain't cheap.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, I got two. Everybody's finally opening up. That liquor's wearing down. But I'm getting hungry. Y'all ate. I hadn't eaten. I obviously like to eat. It's okay. They're figuring it out. All right. What was your question? I'll get to her question. Beautiful.
So she bought it for $4,000 and she's going to put $11,000 in it.
Got it.
First time, no dollars or anything.
Okay. So we're in it for 15K.
And it's still got a lot of work.
It still needs more work.
Yes.
Okay.
We're at a standstill.
Okay. So how can I help? I got it. So what do you want me to tell you what I would do, or do you want legal advice? I can't provide you. Okay. Okay. But I'll tell you what I would do. If that deal was me, I would probably owner finance it out. I would find somebody to put 15K down, sell it for 25,000, get 10 payments of $1,000 or something, and rock on. But that would be an easy way to go with it. If you don't have the capacity or the desire, you can probably get a down payment equal to what she has in it, and then be able to move forward on that property and walk away and net out. Or you can list it. It's a mobile home, so is it on land? Is it tied to land, or is it just? Which one is it? Is it Misty Winds? Is it Misty Winds? That's too expensive. You need to move it. That's $650 a month. You'll go broke. All right, so it's. I only speak from experience. Yeah. So on that one there, that would be exactly what I would do. Since you probably can't move it and you need to do it, I would probably owner finance it out and just let somebody else that wants to live there take over. That's a great price. If you'll send me some pictures of that property, I might have a buyer that owns another mobile home park that might be interested in buying it from you. I don't know what they'll offer, but I do know somebody who is looking for some, but I don't know the condition. So send it to me, I'll see if I can find it for you. And she wants to sell the park too. Anybody wants to partner with me on a park? Okay, you're right on that. Okay, all right. So we'll hop on that. So get that. What was your question, Miss? Can y'all simmer down so I can hear?
Is there, you have like a list of contractors that you trust that you can say, hey, can you visit this property and tell me what you think? And I know getting good contractors is also a dime a dozen sometimes.
Yeah, realistically, in the contractors right now, they're pretty much in demand. So, we go through a pretty steady supply, and then we'll filter out the ones that work out great, but we're probably keeping 20-25% of the people that we have.
What I have an issue is walking onto a property and saying, okay, like this and this and this and this needs to be fixed.
Sure. And then trying to get an idea of what that cost is. So what I would probably do in that case is get with the inspector, so the feasibility inspector, and say, listen, man, can you all help me put this budget together? And then, yes, yeah, I'll get you some of those. And the lender also has those too, the ones that they use, and then let them give you an estimate for it, because that's what they budget out every day. And then when you go to the contractors who you're trying to hire, make sure they're within those guidelines or less. So if somebody says, like $150, but you're gonna have to pay it anyway to get the money. So have them just say, listen, this is what I want to do, and then let me talk to them and get that figured out. Okay? Sorry guys. And then what else y'all got? Y'all got any other questions?
When are we gonna do this again?
I don't know, man. Y'all want to do this again? All right. So let me ask you this. I got a thing coming up on June 25th. Okay, this is a training course. It's going to be a 5-hour program. It's on Saturday. It'll be here from 11 to 6. Is anybody interested in signing up? It ain't free. You're going to learn something. The hand went down real quick, man. Yes, no. Okay, all right. But that one right there, it's a more in-depth, very in-depth course. So I'm going to go over that with you guys. I'll send you all that information. Send me a text if you're interested. Aside from that, I will try to set one up in the middle of July that'll be similar to this, okay? It'll be a networking event. I'll try to do one every other month so everybody can get together. All that I ask is that y'all do me a favor. This is super important to me personally. Y'all listening? Because this one is important to me, okay? All right, I need y'all to get on my Facebook, go to Richard M. Shelton, like, follow, and share so that you guys are aware of what I have coming up and so that I can help you achieve your goals and y'all can share your thing, and also so I can get my metrics up so I can help out more people. This stuff is not free to set up. And the only way I can justify the expense is to make sure enough people are engaged that we can generate enough buzz to make it worth putting together. So I want to help you guys out, and I want to do that, but I really need y'all's support to get those metrics up with Facebook, Instagram, yada, yada, so we can do it. So if y'all will support me, I will support you. Does that sound like a fair trade-off to y'all? Can y'all do that for me? And y'all got to grab them phones, man. Come on, grab them phones. Get them out of your pocket and put me in there. I want to see it. When I leave, I got 73 people, and I have not had 73 likes on my page. So I need, so y'all get on there. Well, there's been 32, but I need some more. All right. So get on there on Richard M. Shelton. If y'all, I should be on that little scan thing. Y'all can scan it. It'll pull up a little deal. So y'all get on there. But if y'all want another meeting, we'll set that up for you. Let's tentatively set for mid-July. Does that sound good for y'all? That's good? Okay. So what do y'all think about Dan? Did he do a good job for you guys? Can y'all give him a round of applause? Thank you. And he's actually the one who helped me organize this event. I'm super grateful. Bay Mountain's the one who paid for all of your food, so make sure y'all go and talk to them. All right? And then Dan helped me put the marketing, the flyers, the emails, all that stuff together, so I'm super grateful for Dan. And now I want you guys to do me a favor. Y'all all go meet, say hello, make friends. If y'all need me, come find me. Y'all have a great evening. Thank y'all so much for coming. Thank you.